What's up guys, my name is Naam. So in today's video, I'm gonna give you some updates to the boost to unemployment benefits, what are the current negotiations, how one state plans to create their own stimulus package, experts' thoughts, and also a Q&A at the end of this video. I know that there are a vast amount of videos out there on YouTube talking about stimulus package updates, unemployment benefits, so I'm gonna try to condense everything in a few videos a week instead of posting multiple times a day. I think that you guys will be more happy with this type of delivery instead of all the redundancy. So on this channel, I typically talk about personal finance, but recently I've just been covering more about unemployment and stimulus information, so subscribe so you don't miss out on any other future videos. So first off, let's talk about how the negotiation looks for the current stimulus package, but in particular, the boosted unemployment benefits. Recently, the Treasury Secretary, Steven Mnuchin, he reported on Wednesday that both the White House and the Republicans are very far apart from Democrats on negotiations over the next corona relief package. So just a quick recap, the Senate, which is run by the Republicans, wants individuals to have a flat rate of $200 increased to unemployment benefits for about 2 months until they jump over to a 70% cap of an individual's previous earnings. And as for the Democrats, they want to extend the $600 a week unemployment benefit all the way until January 31st of 2021. The Republicans' relief package is going to cost about $1 trillion, while the Democrats' proposal is going to cost around $3 trillion. So to put this in perspective, back in March, the CARES Act was roughly around $2 trillion. Also recently, House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer, he reported that it's not $600 or bust. Nancy Pelosi said the other day, which I thought was a great line, "We don't have red lines. We have values, and we're gonna get these negotiations with values." So as much as we know, the Democrats are okay with negotiating the boost to unemployment benefits. So it does not necessarily mean that it has to be $600 a month, but from what I understand and from multiple news sources, the Democrats, they're not happy with a $200 boost or a 70% cap. One of the key reasons on why the Democrats just want a flat rate of $600 is that it's simple. There's no difficult calculations, there's no need to update an out-of-date computer system, and currently the state has their system up and running to disperse a set amount of additional state unemployment benefits already. Nancy Pelosi, which is the Speaker of the House, she said that if they were to reduce the $600 a week unemployment benefit, then Congress would have to compensate the difference to other programs such as direct payments to families and individuals. So as far as we know, the HEALS Act, no, not these heels, but like heal, like to heal someone. The Republicans, inside of their proposal, there was a $1,200 direct payment to individuals who would meet a certain income. This is very similar to the previous CARES Act. Even though the official end date to the boost to unemployment benefits was July 31st, most states, the last date to certify was July 25th. Recently, Mitch McConnell, who is the Senate Majority Leader, said that neither party wants the unemployment benefits to expire. He also said that many things around here happen last minute and it's only Wednesday. By the time you guys see this video, there will only be Thursday and Friday to make something happen before the unemployment benefits officially expire. Like, let's be serious, nothing's gonna get signed in 2 days unless they're gonna prove me wrong. So now let's move on to our next topic. There has been reports that California officials can possibly create their own $600 a week extra unemployment benefit if the federal government decides not to provide any. In the state of California, the weekly average unemployment benefit is around $340. So how this would work is that money for any extended benefits would be borrowed from a federal trust fund that's already been covering state costs for paying unemployment benefits to Californians. So far, California has borrowed $6.5 billion from this fund. So back during the Great Recession, which is around 2008, the state borrowed around $10.7 billion to pay unemployment benefits, and it took them around 10 years to pay this off by raising employer taxes. So there are roughly around 26 state government officials that are trying to plan a joint $100 billion stimulus plan to protect Californians and help job creation. To be completely honest, I'm not really sure how this is all going to work, just due to the fact that they would have to tax employers much higher, and in turn, employees will probably have to be taxed heavier as well. So it's kind of like a snowball effect to pay off that $100 billion in debt. So if it took California 10 years to pay around $10 billion, if they were to pay it off at the same rate at a debt of $100 billion, it'll probably take them 100 years. The only way that I could think about paying off this debt quicker is by just taxing the crap out of people. I live in California, and taxes in California is already ridiculous, but I do understand that unemployment and people not being able to work is a big issue. Me personally, I think there will be some sort of unemployment boost, whether it is $200, $400, or even $600, at least something for a certain amount of time. Worst case scenario, if the federal government agrees to $200, then I could think that California can come up with some type of plan to supplement that boost. So as of right now, California Governor Gavin Newsom, he did not say whether or not he backed this idea. He said that he would have to review the details to make a decision. But recently, the governor did say that he did have confidence in Nancy Pelosi, who is the Speaker of the House, to obtain more federal help for unemployed individuals. So moving on to our next point, What are the repercussions if there are no boosts to unemployment benefits or if it's too low? A professor of economics at Stony Brook University, Stephanie Keene, said that it would be devastating if the $600 a week unemployment benefit were cut in the next coronavirus relief plan. She also went on to say that this does not take an economics degree to understand that this lifeline that was provided has helped enormously for tens and millions of Americans. She also said that the additional $600 check helped millions of people who would otherwise fall into poverty or miss rent and mortgage payments. By cutting unemployment benefits significantly, since the US is still in a crisis, this would mean that millions of Americans will be missing that rent payment, missing that mortgage payment, not being able to feed their children, and not being able to pay their bills. She also added that when people start missing payments and defaulting on credit card payments, you start to have other things build in other parts of the economy, and things can even get uglier than they already are. Again, these are just words from an economics professor, not mine. I know a lot of people in Congress know a lot about politics, law, and doing things to get reelected, but I feel like listening to individuals like Jerome Powell, who's the chair of the Federal Reserve, and other individuals who specialize in economics, they give great insight into the situation. It's kind of like Dr. Fauci during this whole pandemic. He only sees it from a public health point of view. So now let's do a quick Q&A. If I certify for July 26th, will I get $600 for those previous weeks? So to answer that, yes, you do, because when you certify your benefits, you certify for the weeks that are previous to your certification date. So when you certify on the 26th, it's usually 2 weeks prior to that date. So the next question is, what about August 9th, which is the next certification date? So in that situation, no you don't, because the previous 2 weeks will be during dates that the state won't pay out the $600. So moving on to the next question, if the federal government agrees upon a unemployment boost, will I get retroactive pay? Since nothing is official yet, I really don't know, but if it was similar to the previous CARES Act, they did provide retroactive pay whenever the bill was signed. Alright guys, so that pretty much does it for me. If there's any other new news that comes about unemployment, I'll make sure I'll update you guys. I'm not really sure whether or not I should do more stimulus videos since there are already leaders in the space right now. If you guys want me to do some more stimulus videos, just let me know in the comments and I'll join the party. But if you guys want to hang out with me some more, check out my videos over here.